This is the Cincinnati Bengals Fantasy Preview presented by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. The 2024 Bengals have a lot to look forward to with Joe Burrow coming back. 16 fantasy points per game in 23 through 10 games, on pace for almost 300 points, 275, making him a low-end QB1. He is forecasted for 305. Certainly it's optimistic, but sure, it's Joe Burrow. He's got the tools, he's got the ability, he's got the players. I think Joe is set up nicely. Now we have Jamar Chase, who's trying to get paid a little bit more as of this recording. 13 fantasy points per game in 23. He was on pace for 226 last year, making him actually a low-end wide receiver 1 based off the stats, and only projected to get about 200 points this year, which is still great for a receiver, knowing that there's a premium on good receivers this year. But it's crazy to say, like, Jamar has not been the Tyreek Hills of the world, or somewhere in the upper echelon of fantasy point scorers. Certainly famous, certainly a great player, but he still needs to have that breakthrough. Will this be his year? Surely you can draft him knowing that he is a great bet. T. Higgins, a pretty reliable wide receiver too, almost 10 points a game last year through 12 games. Looking to do 178 this year. Well, that's a little bit of a dip, but either way, he's a touchdown-dependent player behind Jamar Chase, but we know Joe Burrow loves to throw, and if it's not Chase getting it, Higgins is usually the beneficiary. The Browns running back situation. The Bengals running back situation. We have Brown for 140, Moss 156. Fantasy Yahoo X rank puts Moss in the slight edge over Brown. That looks like RBBC, or running back by committee, right? Someone will emerge, too early to tell, so if you want to take a gamble on either Moss or Brown, awesome, but generally we recommend going for those running backs that are the clear number ones, so please draft at your own risk, and one of these will prevail. The receiver Burton, we're going to pass on for now, projected at 102 fantasy points this year. Obviously, if you want to stash a player to see if they break out, great, but behind Chase and Higgins, I think Burton might just be a touchdown-dependent receiver. They have the 21st ranked offensive line according to PFF, so that is something to keep an eye on. We know that it's difficult to protect Joe Burrow. They did a great job the year prior, but certainly with his history of injuries, we have to make sure that he is getting the ball out quickly. So all that means is he's probably going to throw a lot more and doing the running back by committee. And they have the medium schedule, 17th hardest schedule according to Fox Sports, which makes it right in line with an average schedule for the NFL. Not too easy, not too hard. We know what Joe Burrow can do as well as the rest of the Bengals, so I expect this to be a pretty good year. Maybe not a great year, but a good year. Certainly playoff team, have the potential to go all the way. We'll see what happens. Thank you for following and watching. Make sure to subscribe and follow at Fantasy FB Time. God bless and happy drafting.